Creating and sending a good faith estimate. So I'm starting here in intake queue, and I'm in the client chart. This client has booked an appointment, and their intake form has been sent to them. Now that they've booked an appointment, we need to create and send a GFE, or good faith estimate. So to do that, we're going to start by clicking this plus inside the green box here on the timeline. Then we choose Create New Note, and our note that we're going to use is Good Faith Estimate. So make sure that's selected and click Continue. Okay, so we enter the date of the request, which is today, and which also happens to be the same day that we are providing the estimate. So we enter those 2 days there. Then date scheduled. We have Jim scheduled on the 18th, so we'll go ahead and select that there. This good faith estimate is being provided upon request or upon scheduling, so we choose one of those. Usually, upon scheduling is the one that we choose because we send a good faith estimate to everyone who books, so they're usually not needing to ask us for it. Then we choose the requester is uninsured or insured. Either way, the client will be self-pay, but we need to indicate whether or not they are insured. The next section here is the patient information, and if this is already part of their chart, then it will automatically be filled in here. So name, date of birth, email address, and we need to check if their email was obtained with consent. So if they gave us their email, then we check yes. In which case, does patient require estimate by mail? That would be no. Now, if they do not have an email address or they do not want to receive correspondence through their email or something like that, then we would say no to email being obtained. And then an estimate by mail would be yes. Now, when we select yes here, you can see that this next section pops up for us to enter in their mailing address for us to send that to them. In this case, we're going to select yes to email obtained with consent and no to does patient require estimate by mail. Then we will enter in the information about the diagnosis and ICD-10 codes. So generally, when you're filling out a GFE and you need to know a diagnosis, if you were not the one speaking with the client when you booked them, then we will make sure we're saved. We'll close this note. And we'll take a look here at their basic information. So here's a section, additional information. If there's been any correspondence or information, generally it'll be inputted here by whoever it was that was speaking with the client. So this one, let's see, it says talk with son, mom has surgery planned, left knee. We'll follow up to schedules. Okay, so it looks like that follow-up has already happened. She's scheduled, and now we know she's having surgery on her left knee. So I keep a list of common ICD-10 codes here. Aftercare following explanation of joint prosthesis. So this is what we will put here. We will copy this. Z47.31, going to enter that on to our good faith estimate. So we're going to go back to that note, and we're going to put aftercare following joint prosthesis. We will enter that diagnostic code, Z47.31, and then as a secondary, we'll enter joint pain, and the code for joint pain in knee, M25.569. So we'll copy that and we'll paste that there. Okay, next we choose the diagnosis was obtained by, can be by examination, by the treating provider, or by patient report. Usually it is the patient report that we're getting this information from. And then we choose whether the patient is seeking occupational therapy or physical therapy. There's a few important things you need to be sure you have to complete a good faith estimate. The date scheduled, patient name, date of birth, email address, and a diagnosis for ICD-10 codes. Okay, so once we have that all filled out, we will lock the note, and locking the note signifies that it's complete. So if you have not gotten a diagnosis yet, or the chart is missing the client's birthday or something like that that's preventing you from completing the good faith estimate, fill out as much as you can, but leave it unlocked so that you know you need to come back and finish it, and you also know it hasn't been sent to the client yet. Okay, so once you lock this note, then we can send it to the client. So we click Share under the More tab. We want to share this document with our client. Here we will choose email and secret passcode. Then name and email will be auto-filled. And we set this for 14 days. And then we have to create our secret passcode. So just as a standard procedure, I usually set the passcode as GFE, the year, and the client's initials. So in this case, it will be GFE 2023 JB. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this code. I'm going to send it to the client. So here we'll click Send Document. So great, we know that was sent. Then we immediately email from our template good faith estimate. So this good faith estimate template is already written here. Now here we have to enter their passcode here. So we just copied and pasted it. And then we make sure that we have their email address, their passcode, and we click Send.